Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a makeup look finally, which is all drugstore. Loads of you have asked me before to do drugstore makeup tutorial, and I've not purposely ignored you. It's just because, as you guys know from watching my channel for a significant amount of time, I don't really use that many drugstore products, and that is purely down to my age, I would say, because I'm in my 30s, I've got a disposable income, I can afford to spend more money on makeup which are of better quality, etc. However, there are many people out there that I know, especially people that watch my channel, that are still students. I was a student once before. When I was at university, I used to have a L'Oreal lipstick, and I think I wore a L'Oreal mascara and eyeliner, and that was it. I wasn't really into makeup then, but even then, the only makeup I really used to buy was drugstore. So I have been there, I do understand. Now, all the makeup that I've used today is makeup from my own collection. What really annoys me is that when a lot of YouTubers do a drugstore makeup tutorial, but they literally went and bought all the products the day before just so that they could show you that they would do it, but they don't necessarily actually use it themselves, and halfway through the video they're actually slating it while they're putting it on, and that kind of doesn't really give me a lot of confidence in the product that they're then using. Yeah, it might look nice in the photo or on the video, but then 10 minutes later they've actually washed it off. All of this makeup that I have is makeup that I use, that I've owned for a certain amount of time, and that I think is actually very good quality for drugstore products. Only 2 items I use in this entire video are not drugstore. As I said, I wasn't going to go out on purpose and just buy stuff for the sake of the video. I wanted to use stuff that I already had, and that's just my under eye setting powder, which is my Kat Von D one because I don't have a drugstore one, and my brow gel, which is an Anastasia one because I don't have a drugstore brow gel. That is literally it. Everything else you see is from the high street. And I wanted to do something kind of warm toned and orangey to go with this top. You know you love it. Look at it. Always on fleek. Because we do try. This, you can say, is also from the high street, because this is a $5.99 top from H&M, which I bought the other day. If you follow me on Snapchat, you would have seen when I bought it, along with a basic top as well, which I am going to do a makeup tutorial based around that, a neon one, which I'm going to do when I get my Melt Cosmetics Radioactive palette. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you've got any more requests or anything like that, please feel free to let me know below. Even if I don't address them immediately or do them straight away, that doesn't mean that I haven't seen it. And what else? I'm sorry if I don't always reply to everybody. It's not that I haven't seen your message. It's sometimes that it's not just my latest video that people are leaving messages on. It's videos from like past few months, weeks, years, whenever it is, and sometimes I don't get the chance to get to it, so my apologies, but I do always read your requests, so don't think that I'm ever ignoring you. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat. You can always chat to me on there, and I will again get back to you when I get the chance. This awesome double ring, which is actually a single ring, is from River Island. You can't buy it anymore, it's old, and it's awesome, but I just felt the need to wear it in this video. My nail polishes, SC Fiji, and everything else will be listed below. I hope that you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you all soon. Bye. Hello everybody. So first I'm going to be using Soap & Glory's It's About Prime eyeshadow primer, which is actually a bit of a shimmery primer, but I don't have any other one, and it's okay because I'm going to be using shimmery eyeshadow anyway. And then to prime the face, I'm going to be using the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm, which I use a nice generous amount, and I literally apply it to everywhere, all over my face and my neck as well, minus the eyes obviously, because we kind of already done that. Now for foundation, I'm going to be using Maybelline's Fit Me foundation in the shade 220, and then as always I use 2 pumps of the foundation to generously dot it all over my face. Then I'm going to be blending it in with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, just to blend. This foundation gives a really nice medium coverage finish. I've been using this foundation for actually ever since it came out. It's probably my 3rd or 4th bottle, so it is one of my favorites. Then I'm going to be using the LA Pro Concealer, the HD Concealer, under my eyes, on my nose, forehead, and all the other places on my face which I want to highlight. This is good for concealing and highlighting. The shade that I use is quite light, so I don't need to use a highlighting product as well like I normally do with my MAC one. And as it's quite a thick one, you have to blend it out quite a bit with my beauty blender. It may also have something to do with the fact that it may need replacing, which is why it's a little bit thick. But generally, this is one of my favorite drugstore concealers. Yes, that was an apologies face that I made. Apologies for using something non-drugstore-y. We'll just ignore this bit. I'm just setting my under eyes with the Kat Von D one, and I'm using a Real Techniques contour brush just to set all the areas that you just saw me applying to my face. Then I'm going to be using Rimmel's Stay Matte Pressed Powder, and I'm using a large fluff brush by Sigma just to set my foundation and make sure that there are no stickiness or sticky bits or anything like that. Now we're going to prep our lips like we always do using Carmex. I'm going to be using the Snapshots eyeshadow palette by Sleek Makeup, and firstly I am applying the shade called Sandwalker and with an E40 Sigma brush just to apply it as a base, because I always tend to use a base shade for my main eyeshadows. Then I'm using the shade Washed Ashore, and I'm using a Royal and Langnickel Pro Tapered Blender brush to go backwards and forwards in the crease area to slowly build up a lovely warm orange sunset looking sort of shade. Go backwards and forwards as much as you want to build up as much of the intensity of the shade as you would like to build up. Then I'm going to be using the shade which is called Sunset, which is the first shimmery shade, and I'm going to be applying it to the outer V with a Sigma small tapered E45 blending brush. Just keep blending it inwards. Basically you just apply it to the outer V, which is the area where you can see me placing the shadow into slowly, and then I start to drag it inwards. This is to give again the eye a little bit of dimension, a little bit of depth. Plus I just wanted to use a whole load of different types of orange and burnt kind of orange shadows, so that's just my excuse. So yeah, so just do that to both eyes. Using this bright orange shade called Tequila Sunrise and a 239 MAC eye shader brush, apply it gently all over the lid area. For some reason this shadow takes ages to come off of the brush and actually onto the lid, so you just got to be a little bit patient and just slowly start to build it up as much as possible. Again, these are one of the kind of pitfalls of using drugstore products sometimes, that they aren't as obviously as amazing as other brands, but that's not to say that obviously you can see in the end the overall effect looks amazing and you wouldn't be able to tell in person whether it was drugstore or not. Then just go back in with a little bit more of that Washed Ashore and just tidy up the outer edges. Fill in any bits again with the Sunset shade just to kind of keep everything uniform looking. Then using the shade Martini and a 227 fluff brush by MAC, apply it to the brow bone area to give a nice shimmery effect and something a little bit cool toned to sit nicely with the warm toned of the eyes. Now I'm going to be using Soap & Glory's Brow Archery in the shade Hot Chocolate. Use the brush end, the spoolie, to brush out any kind of globs of makeup and stuff. I managed to splash things and eyeshadow drops on your eyes and that sort of thing. But this is a pencil, so not what I'm typically used to using, because I use like more of a moussey gel. So I'm just gently and slowly filling in my eyebrows, just filling in any gaps. You don't have to press too hard with this, but a decent amount still comes off. So this, in this tutorial, is probably going to look like more of a more natural sort of eyebrow look to my usual, more kind of dramatic ones. And now I'm just going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel. This is my one other non-drugstore product, which I'm sure you guys don't mind because it's not that big a deal. Okay, and then I'm using the L'Oreal Superliner in the L'Oreal Superliner Perfect Slim in black to apply my liquid liner. As always, this is like my go-to eyeliner that I use every single day without a doubt. You guys know, you've seen me use it in every single tutorial, and I don't think I'm going to be changing to anything else anytime soon because I love it. Using the shade Sunset again and using a Pro Pencil Blender brush by Royal and Langnickel, go backwards and forwards on the lower lash line just to make the whole look kind of complete and uniform and unify, whatever you want to use. And then line your waterline with a Rimmel eyeliner, which I use often. And then I'm using the shade Martini again and a MAC pencil brush to apply it to the tear duct area to finish off all the eyeshadows to pretty much complete the look. Then I'm using the false lash Sculpt mascara by L'Oreal to prep my eyes. A bit of a strange looking mascara. I think it was the first time I was using it as well, but I do like L'Oreal mascaras overall. Then I am using the sleek eyelashes in Siamese, and here are my completed eyes. Then I am using Sleek's Face Form Contouring and Blush Palette, and I am using obviously the contouring side, and I am chiseling out my cheekbones using a Morphe G3 brush, as well as on my nose as well. Then I'm using a Sigma angled contouring brush to apply it to the rest of my face for more of a softer kind of carving out of the rest of my face, because that brush is too sharp for anywhere else. Then I'm using Golden Bronze blusher by Maybelline, which is a lovely warm shade, and then I'm using a Morphe G7 blush brush to apply it to the apples of my cheeks, as I generally always tend to do with all kinds of blushes because I've got a round face. Then I'm just tidying it all up with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and the same contour brush that I used to set my concealer and the high points of my face where I used highlighter and the rest. Then I'm using Sunbeam by Topshop, which is an awesome golden highlighter, and a MAC stippling brush to highlight my cheekbones as well as my nose and my cupid's bow. Then finally for the lips, I'm using Bourjois Rouge Edition Velvet Lipstick in the shade Peach Club. These are my favourite liquid to matte lipsticks from the drugstore. I've got actually pretty much all of these liquid lipsticks. They are not bad at all. They're not amazing, but they're the best out of the drugstores, I find personally. Then I applied NYX Cosmetics Praline Butter Gloss on the top, just to reduce the colour a little bit, because I wanted to tone it down a little bit, because my top is not a bright orange, it's more of a browny bright orange, if that makes sense. And here is the completed look. Hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. Do you want some more drugstore tutorials? Let me know below. Bye!